Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Pisces, this is going to be your full moon lunar eclipse reading in Sagittarius. This takes place on June 5th and it will take us all the way to July 5th when we have that full moon in Capricorn. Lunar eclipses are about polarity and relationships. This one in particular is asking us to look closely at our wants, our needs, and where we might be lacking in our lives. This concerns the logical versus the intuitive, details versus higher truth. Okay, so it also speaks to that Gemini Sagittarius axis shift while we have the sun in Gemini, the moon in Sag, right? Ideally, a balance should be struck between the two. The Sagittarius energy of this full moon highlights communication, attitude, and our sense of adventure. And something's been building inside of us, and now it's time to let it out. Okay, so that brings me to my last but very important message. If you guys are looking to do any healing work, I encourage you to check out my friend Maria Paz Healing. She's a Reiki master and powerful healer, and I've linked her website down below. Okay, so feel free to check her out. I am going to now invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that we need to hear for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from June 5th through July 5th. Look at that. Pisces coming into union, or at least thinking about it. And the Empress. I love it. Pisces coming out in your own reading. Look at that. I'm going to ask Pisces that you guys please go ahead and check out your fellow water sign readings if you are drawn to any of the titles, or if you have Cancer or Scorpio in your chart. The reason I'm saying that is because of the World card, and in both of your fellow water sign readings there was information about completion and the importance of completion and sort of ushering in the abundance that is your birthright. Your overall energy for this card is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And you can see in this deck, this is the After Tarot, that this person is so under a black cloud, has succumbed so much to grief and this loss. That there's somebody being swept away in the river beside him and he doesn't even notice. He can't even hear this person's cries, who's being swept off to his certain death, right? So it's like, it's really tragic. This is a very sad card, and it's actually one of my least favorite in this deck because, you know, it's horrible. You know, this person, he can't hear, he can't see because he's just shrouded in this sadness and in this grief. There's a need, Pisces. This may be your energy, or it may be an energy around you. The Five of Cups energy in particular is Mars and Scorpio. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, or if you have Scorpio in your chart, just check and see, because it doesn't have to be your energy. It could be an energy that you're observing, or somebody who's exhibiting these qualities. But this person needs to take a look. They need to somehow come out of this grief and see what's going on around them. They're also so sad that they're only seeing these 3 cups, but they're not seeing these 2 cups behind them. The Five of Cups energy is about being resourceful. This person is so involved and so affected by this loss and this grief, but they're not seeing what they still have available to them. And in this case, for some of you, especially because of this Two of Wands energy, this is the Two of Cups, Remember, Two of Cups is that soulmate union. It's unconditional love. It's an equal exchange of gifts between two. Okay, so for some of you, you may have lost somebody in this lifetime, and this is Spirit and them reminding you that we'll always be together. Okay, we'll always have each other in spirit. Okay, that it's a change, it's a transformation. I know that's so much easier said than done, especially when you're going through this, but there is a need to come out of this grief. And I really get, for some of you who have recently or have lost a loved one and you mourn this person, this is their message to you, that it's time to let go. Okay, it's time to live. It's time to see what you still have. Okay, and that's a very powerful message for maybe just one or two of you out there listening. Okay, Pisces. For others of you, it's not going to be, that you've lost someone, but it's some sort of depression or anxiety. So you're anchored in this and you're having a hard time sort of seeing the big picture. Okay, and Spirit really wants you to try to step back and try to reach you and see that there is hope still. Okay, so Pisces, you guys are coming out as the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is fire energy. You might have that in your chart. It's Mars and Aries in particular, or you just might be exhibiting these qualities. This is beautiful about the After Tarot, though. The After Tarot, gives me so many different messages than any of the other decks. This person, the one is that ace, is that passion. One becomes two, so it's the coming together of two people, two ideas. And here, it's very obviously, it's these two people. These two people coming together. He's being met by, the divine masculine is being met by the divine feminine. And it's this beautiful union, and he's no longer on his own looking at the world. They're going to find these solutions together and see where they can grow and expand. And sort of that wait is over. So for some of you, again, you're coming out of this period of grief or mourning a loved one, or maybe even a divorce or a separation. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be losing a job that really affected you negatively. It could be, it could be many different things, because there are many of you out there listening. But this Two of Cups I really see as this union here in that Two of Wands. So things don't look that bad for my Pisces out there at the moment. Now, how you project yourself to the world, or what's the truth of your relationships. So you guys get the Nine of Swords. Now this is interesting, because only in this deck with this dragon is this my Archangel Michael card. I always see and I always get Archangel Michael is here helping you slay the dragon. And that's that protection, and that's that strength. And this is Spirit reminding you that you have, this celestial choir of beings, archangels, spirit guides, ascended masters helping you through this difficult time. Now, for others of you, it's about not getting enough sleep. Okay, and these two go hand in hand. The anxiety, the depression, these feelings that you're, this, whatever this tragic moment was for you, it has left you in a state of panic. It has left you, physically unwell. But the beauty of it is, in reverse, you're coming out of it. And that's how people see you. People see you putting up the big fight. So here he's sort of like wrestling with his demons, his own inner demons, nightmares, not getting enough sleep. But in the reverse, it's like, he's won that battle. Okay, so people see you as definitely winning that battle. Some of you might, I know this sounds, I just got battling depression. Okay, and some of you guys are really going to be turning a corner here. All right, so the next card out is what's blocking your desires and your goals. You get the Empress card. This is Taurus or Libra energy. For some of you, sometimes the Empress represents the other woman. Okay, so some of you, this might have been finding out that somebody wasn't being honest with you, that you were in a third-party situation. But the Empress here is fertility. She's pregnant. She's compassion. She's passion. And some of you might be or need to work with law of attraction and manifestation, but that would require you really doing some healing, some clearing, some balancing, okay, in order to get to this spot where the Empress has this innate ability to think it and it happens. She's so powerful. She's the divine feminine. Some of you, you might be going through some of these issues with your divine feminine if you feel like you're the masculine, okay? Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us, so it could be that you've been operating more out of the masculine. I'm sorry, that you've been operating more out of the feminine, and that's what's blocking you, that you need to step up into that yang energy, okay, to make a decision and to take action. All right, the next card out is, what do you need to do to overcome these obstacles? This is the Five of Wands. Again, this is the beauty of the After Tarot, because the Five of Wands is my card of, you know, healthy competition sometimes, depending on the other cards around them, but it can also be about toxicity. And in the regular Rider-Waite deck, it's sort of a mess, and there's no real leader, and it's chaos, and it's drama. The Five of Wands in particular is fire signs, so Aries, Leo, Sag. And in this case, it's Saturn in Leo. And this energy here, but what I love about it is someone has, you know, he's the last man standing. There is a winner. He's risen above. This is also, you know, the importance of healthy competition. You know, healthy competition pushes us to evolve. You know, that sort of, that need for us to compare ourselves to others, although only in a healthy dose, but that need to compare ourselves to others is actually something that is, in my opinion, biologically built in so that we grow. You know, because if we don't, you know, we just sort of stay, we're in this state of stasis, you know, not moving. But if, you know, we see somebody else, you know, doing something and we say, that looks kind of good, that might push us to do something to make ourselves better. So I really like this energy here for you guys. Now, the next card out is what you can do within in order to help achieve your desires. So the Hanged Man, this is Piscean energy, your energy. The Hanged Man energy is, again, a beautiful card in this deck because the messages are different than the traditional reading. He has, you know, made a sacrifice, okay? Some of you have realized that you sacrificed such a large part of yourself or a part of your life, or it doesn't have to be years and years. It could just be, you know, months or days or hours, whatever, in this situation. For some of you, it's going to be romantic. For some of you, it's like, I spent, you know, weeks and weeks writing that paper and working on this for it only to be, you know, ignored, rejected, you know, maybe you lost it, you lost your thumb drive or whatever, your computer crashed or something, and it's something that like that devastating. But for a lot of us, it's about relationships, and this Hanged Man has really decided to go into a state where he wants that spiritual alchemy. He's willing to make these huge sacrifices, or he was at some point in time. The beauty of this card is, again, we see this couple. They're not the same people. I see them both as quite transformed because here in this energy, they have everything they could need. They're very well off. You know, they're comfortable. They're higher up. But here, you know, I feel like this could also be the journey. Now take it how it resonates, because I'm getting it could be vice versa, that they started off like these sort of in this peasant's clothing with not a lot, and this is that ascension to working together through union, building something that's, you know, fruitful and abundant and, you know, comfort and, you know, then whatever. Or it's going the other direction, right? Where, you know, they've decided, you know, the 3D, there's too much of a focus on the 3D and they're feeling a little bit walled in. I don't know if you just heard that. That was crows. Those were crows calling. Sorry about that. Oh, they're angry about something. Okay, so we'll take that as a sign, you guys, the importance of really seeing the big picture here, which these two people are. You know, oftentimes in the Two of Wands, if I'm not mistaken, there are birds flying overhead as a sign of, you know, really taking a look at the big picture, seeing the upcoming challenges and where you can capitalize on things to really, you know, to make this happen. But for others of you, you know, it's sort of coming out of this castle because there's something more to learn. Okay, there's something more spiritual that they want to get a hold of, to get a hang of, right? Stupid dad joke about the Hanged Man card. I apologize. But the Hanged Man here is showing up in reverse, and when he's showing up in the reverse, it's kind of like it's spirit saying, you know, don't martyr yourself. You know, if the sacrifice is too great, then it's not going to be worth it. So to really sort of check yourself on what it is you're sacrificing. Are you sacrificing this relationship? Are you sacrificing your stability? You know, is it a case of the grass is greener on the other side? Okay, that's just going to be for one or two of you. Okay, but the Hanged Man has done the work, and when he's in the reverse, now it's time to come out of that stasis, of that state of pulling back. You know, now it's time to take action. What you can learn from the outside world or others is that this is a cycle of completion, okay, and that these are all of the fixed signs. So we have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So again, there's so much water here that you guys might, and we have Scorpio here as well, you might really need to check out the Cancer, but more specifically the Scorpio reading. I'm also noticing right now you have 2 5s, right? And 55 is a master number. It's about conflict, it's about change, but it can also be about instant manifestation. You know, and I think if you're able to sit in this Empress energy, harness your own inner Empress, your own inner goddess. I'm getting Aphrodite. Aphrodite's about pleasure, about allowing yourself to enjoy life's pleasures and sort of carnal pleasures as well. You know, I'm picking up here, then, you know, you'll really be able to bring this to completion. And really that's, you know, through seeing the big picture here, you know, fighting, wrestling with your demons, really letting them out, to tame them, to heal them and clear them, sitting in the power of manifestation, rising above conflict and competition, you know, also doing the spiritual work and having that download. You get the world, completion, graduation. Yeah, Pisces. But what happens is your final outcome card is the Queen of Cups, and this is the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse is this reminder, you know, that crow doesn't want to let this reading go. The Queen of Cups in reverse is, you know, it can be a little bit of emotional manipulation. It can be also an outpouring of emotion. It can be jealousy. Okay, so again, this doesn't have to be your energy. It could be energy that's coming towards you, okay, as a result of all of this work. And the Queen of Cups in reverse, you know, she is a nurturer. She's, you know, that she's the mother. She's that divine feminine energy. You know, and it could be turning that upside down as well, like feeling like emotionally turned upside down. Now, in a way, it could be a good thing because you have this sadness and this grief, right? And we really want to see this in the reverse. So really letting all of those emotions out, you know, the need for tears. You know, a good friend of mine, it says, you know, it's okay to cry, you know, let it out. It's cleansing. And that's the truth. You know, there could be a big major cleanse that comes with releasing these emotions and these really pent up grief and sadness that we're seeing with that 5 of Cups. The Queen of Cups, when she's in the upright, is also someone who, you know, who's very loving and very caring and takes care of others emotionally. And in many other ways as well, but she does keep something sacred for herself. That's how she's able to continually give. So, you know, a lot of times it's her spirituality. You know, it's that time for meditation, or, you know, maybe she does Reiki, but really being in touch with her emotions and really balancing and grounding herself allows her to, you know, be the emotional anchor or other people's anchor in times of need. So this is sort of a reminder here from Spirit that, you may need to, there are some things that you're going to need to keep secret and sacred, and that's for your own emotional well-being and health. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull some energy oracles to get a few more messages for my Scorpios. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any placement you might have. Okay. Caring connections. Yeah, for some of you guys, this is about love. For some of you, again, I do keep getting that someone's loved one who has passed on, and I feel like it's more like a spouse here, you know, because I'm seeing this sadness here. For some of you, it's just a separation. Okay, it could be the pandemic. But it could be also just a separation, a mutual agreement, or one of you leaving the other. Okay, that's causing this grief. But then also, but it's beautiful because then we see this union. And we see this union here. And so again, it's if there isn't union here in the 3D, this is your union in the 5D. Some of you might be dreaming about this person, okay, whether it's a loved one who has passed, or it's just your soulmate, it's your twin flame, and you just haven't met them in this lifetime yet. Okay, and you're trying to manifest this union, and I think you can feel it coming. And with this World card is like some massive success here, right? Okay, but for others of you, you know, we get the balance card here. It's about that internal balance, that masculine and feminine that needs to be balanced and aligned. The Temple Path. This is, if you guys have been listening to me, you know this is one of my absolute favorite cards in all of the decks, because this is, you know, 12 breaks down to a 3. That's about growth and it's about expansion. You know, for some of you guys, this is, you know, striking this balance, coming into union, or even you and your higher self, right? But this is such a spiritual journey, and the spiritual work that you're doing, you're supported. All of these orbs here are your spirit guides, ascended masters, angels, all of them nudging you, you know, here, this is the way, go this way, you know. And so I think looking back in hindsight, remember hindsight is 20/20, that you're going to see that you did everything just exactly the way that you were supposed to. All right, and then you get Angel of Love. 49 breaks down to another 4. So we have 3, 4, 5 coming here. Exactly, you're on the right path. You're exactly where you need to be. And at the bottom of the deck, you get another 3, Blossoming Abundance. Pisces. I don't know if I've called you Scorpio. If I have, I do apologize. I was talking about that Scorpio energy that's showing up. You might have that in your chart. But Pisces, this is love. This is beautiful love. This is a caring connection that's going to come and bring balance. And we see that. We see that in the 2 of Wands. We see that in the Hanged Man energy. Somebody who's on this spiritual journey and being met by the divine feminine or by his or her other half. Someone who's coming to bring you respite. Somebody that might help you get out of this energy. Might help you turn around and see that love is all around you. Ooh, Pisces. This has just turned out to be beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what additional messages we have for Pisces. I really hope I didn't call you Scorpio. I may have, and I do apologize. It's just there's so much Scorpio energy in this reading. Again, you might find it helpful to look at the Scorpio reading. But my dear fish, I'm sorry if I have. All right, additional messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. 46 breaks down to a 10. Look at how beautiful these cards are. This is that heart chakra. This is the spiritual journey that's bringing you into union with you and your higher self, with you and another person. But yeah, and we get 2 cards of completion. So I feel like these days are over. Okay, or they're coming to an end soon. Sometimes life stings. 64 brings you to another 10. Again, this is beautiful. Look at how these 2 cards mirror each other. 46 and 64. Let it shine. Sometimes life stings. This is a completion. This is a completion of a cycle. It could be a karmic completion that needs to come to an end so that you can come into union with, you know, with your other half. For some of you, you know, it's this mourning and this sadness that's coming to an end, and you're being urged to please let go because there's something very beautiful waiting for you. For others of you, this is union between you and your higher self, the masculine and the feminine within, okay? And this balance is going to bring you all like spiritual ascension, up leveling, and put you in a place of unconditional love and in a place to receive, right? Because don't forget, we have blossoming abundance, and abundance means so many things to so many different people. Okay, so take it how it resonates, you guys. Final message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Final message for Pisces, any placement you have, my dear fish. Look at that. So we get, I just want to keep coming back to this. Where you thought all was lost and where it was over and you'd never get back what you had. You may not get back what you had, but you're getting something better. Blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. I'm also going to leave this card here, blossoming abundance. Pisces, this is you bringing something to an end so something new and beautiful can come into your life. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.